Monday's CONCACAF Nations League betting tips, previews, predictions, and odds. Honduras and Curaçao meet again in League A Group C, and La H will be hoping for the same outcome again. On Friday night, the two opened the group by meeting at Virgilio Hata Stadio, with Jose Pinto's goal midway through the first half the difference. Honduras reached the first ever CONCACAF Nations League finals last time round, before bowing out in the last four against USA. This time, with octagonal winners Canada also in this section, Diego Vasquez's team are going to do very well to top this group. But another victory here would, at least, ensure La H are not relegated, while simultaneously plunging Curaçao deep into trouble. Thus, Art L'Angeler's side really need a victory here if they're to have any realistic chance of remaining in the top tier. La Pantera Azul have actually qualified for the last three editions of the Gold Cup, pulling out last summer due to an untimely COVID-19 outbreak. Here, with home advantage, Honduras should win at Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano. After a shock defeat on matchday 1, can fallen giants Trinidad and Tobago get back on track? On Friday night, the Soca Warriors were beaten 2-1 by Nicaragua at Estadio Nacional de Fútbol, conceding the decisive goal late on. This means TNT are still seeking their first ever Nations League win, having being relegated from League A with just 2 points in 2019. This highlights the general down trajectory this team have endured in recent years. They were eliminated from World Cup qualifying in the first round by St. Kitts and Nevis last year, before going out in the Gold Cup group stages. So, Angus Eve's side are hoping to arrest this slide by topping their Nations League group, meaning a victory here is vitally important. Bahamas meanwhile do have 3 points on the board, beating St. Vincent and the Grenadines 1-0 on Friday night. Leslie St. Fleur's spot kick midway through the second half enough to secure the points at Thomas Robinson Stadium. The Baja Boys were promoted from the bottom tier in 2019, so are now being rewarded with glamour fixtures such as this one. Despite their trials and tribulations, Trinidad and Tobago should have too much quality at Hasely Crawford Stadium. After a surprise victory on Friday night, will Nicaragua start this new campaign with back-to-back wins? On matchday 1, La Azul y Blanco welcomed the group's heavyweights Trinidad and Tobago to Managua and enjoyed a memorable 2-1 win. Christian Reyes actually equalized for TNT via an own goal, but Josu Quijano and Byron Bonilla were on target at the right end to secure the victory. Nicaragua finished third in their League B group 3 years ago, thereby failing to qualify for the most recent edition of the Gold Cup. However, this time, Marco Antonio Figueroa's side are going for Gold Cup qualification and promotion to the Nations League's top tier. In that group in 2019, Nicaragua finished 4 points below St. Vincent and the Grenadines, drawing at home before a defeat in Arnaud's Vale. This time round, St. Vincent have began their campaign with a 1-0 defeat in Nassau against Bahamas on Friday night. Kendale Mercury's team were impressive in this competition 3 years ago, but have now lost 4 in a row, conceding 18 goals in these matches. So Nicaragua should be favorites as they return to Arnaud's Vale Stadium. Will Bonaire pull clear at the top of Group A? On Friday night, they began their campaign by hammering Turks and Caicos Islands 4-1 in Providenciales. Ayrton Sicilia bagged a hat-trick before Jonathan Labania got in on the act, securing their biggest win since 1984. 3 years ago, Brian van den Berg's side impressed in this competition, accumulating 7 points from 4 outings. Now, Bonaire are targeting promotion to League B, and another victory here would leave them in the catbird seat. St. Martin meanwhile needed a late equalizer from Kay Gerritsen to draw 1-1 with the U.S. Virgin Islands on matchday 1. This is their first ever point in the Nations League, having lost all 4 matches in 2019, conceding 15 goals. Bonaire should be too strong at Stadion Rignal Jean Francisca. After getting a point on the board on Friday night, the U.S. Virgin Islands are targeting all 3. On matchday 1, the Dashing Eagle traveled to St. Martin and took a shock lead through captain J.C. Mack in the 8th minute. However, the US Vi could not hold on for a famous victory, conceding just 7 minutes from time. Back in 2019, the US Virgin Islands only won 1 of 6 Nations League games, beating St. Martin on the road. So now, just 2 games into the new campaign, Gilberto Damiano's side are looking to better that tally with a victory on home soil. Visitors Turks and Caicos Islands meanwhile were hammered 4-1 by Bonaire on Friday night. A late goal by Carl Shand Jr. providing little consolation in Providenciales. Omar Edwards' side beat St. Martin home and away in 2019, winning competitive internationals for the first time since July 2014. Here though, at Bethlehem Soccer Stadium, the U.S. Virgin Islands will fancy their chances of victory. Will there be a winner as Aruba and St. Martin meet again? On Friday night, these two teams played out a goalless draw at Raymond E. Gishard Technical Center in Anguilla. St. Martin boast a pretty respectable Nations League record to date, winning 3 of 7 matches now. Aruba, in contrast, lost all 6 games in this competition 3 years ago, but this was at League B level, meaning they were relegated. So, if Marvic Bermudez' side are gain promotion from the bottom tier, this is probably must win. For the second time in 3 days, these two tiny nations go head-to-head. On Friday night, they met at A.O. Shirley Recreation Ground and played out a 1-1 draw. Troy Caesar gave the British Virgin Islands a shock lead on the hour mark, only for Cyrus Connolly to ensure it ended all square. Before this, the British Virgin Islands had lost 8 consecutive matches, conceding 34 goals in these outings. Cayman Islands, in contrast, won 4 of 6 Nations League games in 2019 and held Bermuda to a surprise 1-1 draw in World Cup qualifying last June. So, back on home soil at Truman Bodden Sports Complex, Benjamin Pugh's side are favorites to win this one.